click record. Yeah, so simply I want to teach you simply what I usually do when I'm taking my trade. So I hope everyone can hear me now. Okay.
Yes, we're hearing you.
Yeah, so I'll go direct to the point. What I usually look for in the market. Okay, I need you to, okay, I'll give you these two moving average for free, but I won't give the parabola. It took a lot of time for me to find this setting for parabola. Though I'll give you the moving average setting, I'll give you the moving average setting for this. So if you have a pen, you can let me check my indicators. So this is my indicator. Just go there and then property. So if you have a pen, you can write to this moving average. They are very helpful. So the first one is 300. So you start with 300 and then linear weight. Then you apply to close. Then you click OK. So period is 300, the first moving average. Then the linear weight. Then apply to close. Okay, this one, the moving average I'll give for free, RSI I'll give for free. The only thing that I'll not give for free is parabola, because the parabola is very unique setting. So I don't just give that for free. Though we'll find another way you can enter. I'll teach you another way you can enter into the trade. I usually use parabola. So, but for moving average, they're also very good when you want to trade the bounce and the counter trend. So the first period 300, then method is linear weight, then apply to close. This is the first moving average. So you start with the 300 before you go to this one. This one is 100. So after you have set the 300, now you need to set the parameter for 100. So the second moving average. So the second the period is 100. Method is linear. Apply to previous indicator data, and then you can choose any color of you like. So once you have that, you'll have these two moving average on board. So the purpose of this moving average is whenever the market is away from this, like in this case, we are currently, the market is here. You can see the gap between the moving average and the price where it is. It's very huge. So you start looking for a sell. For this case, start looking for sell. Like in my scenario here, this is volatility 100. I'll be selling this. Okay, so this is the first thing. Another thing, once you have spotted that, another thing, parabola is used for rebounds. Like here, the market came, touched the moving average, and then bounces back up. So at this particular point, you are looking for buy. And that's why you can see my parabola here. Parabola gave a buy signal here. You can see, gave a buy signal before it goes up. So parabola is usually for my entry. But in this case, you can use a trend line. If you know how to draw a trend line, I usually use the both trend line and the parabola. Once you can see where the market break the trend line, then you buy there, then you hold. So this trade I missed. I didn't expect that buy. So currently I'm looking for a sell. Another thing is RSI. RSI, it has to touch 70. So RSI is 21, RSI 21, and then the parameter is 70 and 30. So once the market is ranging above the 70, like in this case, you start looking for a sell. So I remove this setting, this other, let me remove the other 70, the other level. So let me remove this and this. Okay, so not set. Let me remove, sorry, indicator first. It is oscillator, so I'll just go to RSI and then I'll click this and this, and okay. So this out. So you can see the market has been ranging above 70. Okay, so once start ranging above 70, don't buy yet, don't sell yet. In this case, don't sell yet until you confirm. A confirmation is on 15-minute time frame. Okay, so if you switch to 15-minute time frame, you can see now you need something you call lower low. Like in this case, I'm waiting for something like in this case, I'll wait for market to come a little bit down and then form a lower low, a higher low, usually call a higher low, then before I sell. Okay. And then I'll draw my trend line. I'll draw my trend line. So any two accurate points. So whenever my trend line breaks, I will sell. Okay, this is one of the way I usually sell. But I make sure on 1 hour is ranging at 70. Now I'm waiting for, I draw my trend line, then I wait for a breakout. Another thing, you can also check your settings on say on 4 hours. So when you go to 4 hours, I usually more confidence when RSI on 4 hours is also on 70. So I can risk big, I can hold for a lot of time. So when on 4 hours RSI it's at 70, like in this case, so I usually know very well that it's gonna drop for some period of time. So if you get a signal to sell, like in this case, we're gonna hold until this area here. Okay, so until this area here. So this will be our TP. So why? Because the RSI on 4 hours is already at 70. Another thing I usually check is also daily. I want to see the daily candle, how it's behaving. You can see today, this is today, this daily candle for today is very big. You can see very big. So when this candle is very big, expect a 50% retracement, 50% retracement from tomorrow. So expect the daily candle from tomorrow to retrace 50%. 50% means a half of this before we still see another buy up. So 50% retracement is a half of this. So expect tomorrow, maybe tomorrow candle to open, and then expect to sell at least 50%. So why? Because I usually see, whenever I see a big candle like this one, market usually retrace back to 50% before the market start going up. Okay, so that's you can see if tomorrow if it doesn't sell today, especially today it will be a retrace. Today is just a retrace of the daily candle. You can see a retrace, you can see it pulling back down. But if it doesn't retrace today, if we don't get the sell today signal for today, then expect tomorrow the daily candle to be a bearish one. Tomorrow to be a bearish one. So it's gonna retrace 50% before we see the market going back up. Okay, so in this case, 50% is here, a halfway of today. Another thing I usually look for, yeah. So I just confirm my entry using 15 minutes. Confirm my entry using 15 minutes. So I was expecting the parabola to give me a sell, but the market didn't give the sell. The parabola didn't give the sell, the market shoot up. So I'll be checking and see if I get a lower low. So let me go to boom 1000 and see what I'm talking about. The signal that we took today and why I took that trade, it will be more easier for all of you to understand. So I first went to daily. This is boom 1000. I first went to daily. So when I went to daily, the first thing I saw is RSI at 70. The first thing, RSI at 70. The next thing I wanted to see is this daily time frame. Where is the market? The market is ranging on this. You can see this area here, this support resistant area. I'll call this resistant area. So you can see this resistant area here. The market broke this resistant area, but when it was breaking this resistant area here, the RSI was already at 70, meaning the market has just stretched upward. It's like when you stretch that rubber band. At one point, when you stretch the rubber band and release it, you find that rubber band come back to its normal size. So this case, when RSI is above 70, remember this RSI 21 is not 14, it's 21. So whenever it touches 70, it means the market has stretched as it has stretched. So in this case, when the market hit this level of resistance, it trusted, it pushed back a little bit up. And that's why you're seeing this daily candle, big daily candle. I told you in the group that we're expecting a very big bearish candle. Actually, I was expecting this, but you don't have to be greedy to keep holding like this. Just a prediction. So my prediction was right. So you can see big daily candle today, a sell, big one. This is today, this daily today. So when I saw this, I went to 4 hours. So on 4 hours, I will start looking for a way I can sell this. Can see also 4 hours, it forming a divergence. You have to be very keen. And this is what I'm talking about, stretching. The market stretched. When the market stretched and the RSI start forming a divergence, can see the divergence. The market is making higher high while the RSI is making lower low. So this is called divergence. Then I knew exactly the time is about to drop. So I can't just enter immediately. I waited for a 4 hours candle to close bearish. You have to wait for 4 hours candle to close bearish. So this candle closed bearish. And then once that closed bearish, I moved to 15 minutes, look for my entry now. So, and this is something that happened. So what happened is that you can see this particular area here when the market was dropping. Let me zoom in. When the market was dropping here, you can see. So I didn't get a higher low. I wanted something like this. I was waiting for market to form a lower high. I was in market form a lower high. So that it can sell. But I waited. So the market dropped. And then thank God, a lower high was formed. You can see at this particular area, there was a small lower high. The market managed to make this lower high. You can see this mountain here. It managed to form this lower high. And this is what I was waiting for. When I saw this in the morning, it has formed my lower high. This was yesterday, but here it was in the morning. Then I was able to see something, head and shoulder. If you are very keen, you can see head and shoulder. So this is our shoulder, and then this is our head. So this is head and shoulder. If you are very keen, I was able to see this head and shoulder. Another thing, I was able to draw my trend line effectively. I was able to draw my trend line effectively from this point A to point B. And this point here, it was in the morning. So you can see, after analyzing my setup from daily to 4 hours to 1 hour, and then now I'm 15 minutes, now I'm ready to enter my market, my trade. So I entered around this place here. So my stop loss was above here. So this was my stop loss, and then my TP, if you can remember very well, my TP was it was just here, around here. It was 14,200. Yeah, this was our TP, 14,200. But you can see the market continued to drop even after breaking this level here, level of support or resistance, if you can call it. So that's how I was able to win the trade. And this is how you're supposed to trade. You can see this is how you're supposed to trade. So you are able to get the head and shoulder. You are able to get a higher low, and we are able to draw our trend line effectively. And then the parabola also gave a sell signal, which also make this trade comfortably a sell. Now I was confident that gonna sell, but I was expecting this big sell, but sometimes don't have to be greedy. So you just collect your profit. Actually, from our entry, our risk to reward ratio, it was 1 to 3. So, but the market has moved even 1 to 8 because it continued to drop. Though I was expecting the same, I was expecting a big sell today, and this is what happened actually. So that's how we analyze the trade. Make sure not every trade has to be on daily. You can start with 1 hour. Just take 1 hour, like it was volatility 100-second. Let me talk a little bit about volatility 100-second. So volatility 100-second, this is what happened. We missed the sell because I was waiting for higher low. Okay, so this was the sale I was looking for in the morning. You can see very clearly here. You can see very clearly here the market was ranging above 70. Actually, it was forming a divergence from this point to there. It was forming a divergence. Then there's something I talked about yesterday low and yesterday high. So if I can zoom in, you can see this is the yesterday low. Yesterday high. This is yesterday high. So in market makers, yesterday high, it usually come back to retest this high before it drop. So this is another strategy that I discovered I think last week. So this was yesterday high. So the market dropped a little bit, came retest this yesterday high before it dropped. So another thing is RSI has to be around 70. And then you can also add a confluence using 4 hours. So you can see 4 hours was also ranging above 70. Okay, so it was also forming a divergence. So if you understand divergence, so forming a divergence. And then when I switched to 15 minutes time frame, the parabola gave a sell. Though there was no, so the mistake I was doing here is that there was no lower, there's no higher low. So I needed a higher low like this one before I sell, and then before I draw my trend line, because my trend line was like that. The only thing I was waiting is just a lower. But I realized that not every time it has to form a higher low or lower high if you are buying, but in this case we are selling, so you have to wait for higher low. So I realized that not every time you're gonna get the higher low in this case if you are selling. So what you need is just candle confirmation, and this was the candle confirmation that I could have used to sell. You can see these two pin bars here. This pin bar was signal to that the market is about to reverse. The market has just retested this yesterday high, and then it's about to reverse. So our entry was just accurate at 15 minutes. So at this 15 minutes when the parabola gave a sell, that's why I'm telling you parabola is very good when you want to sell. So when the parabola was giving a sell, actually this is the time when we should have entered the trade. So we missed the trade. You can see from this area here to when the market touches the moving average. So another thing, the moving average is used as an exit strategy. So when the market touches the moving average, you just have to exit your trade. So from here to here, and the risk, this is more than 1 to 2. So we missed this sell. We missed this sell as we wait for. So I realized when about this strategy is that not every time the market will form a higher low or a lower high. If you are buying, it becomes a lower high. If you are selling, it becomes a higher low. So not every time. So if once you confirm that the parabola has just give the sell, you just have to sell immediately and enjoy the profit. And that's why parabola play major role when you want to enter the trade. So we missed this in the morning. So yeah, so let's wait for, I've not seen any other setup. The only one that I'm waiting is that of volatility 100, this one. So if happens that the market closes before we sell, so the today, so if the market form a higher, if the market form today high and then drop a little bit, then tomorrow morning, if tomorrow morning the market will come retest that high of today, okay, retest that high of today, take liquidity, then we'll sell. I'll send the signal. So I'm still watching. Let's see how it will play out. Okay, we don't know how it will play out, so let's see. But it's ready to sell. It's about to sell. Let me say it's about to sell. We are only waiting for some few confirmation, then boom, we sell. But in this case, I can't sell immediately, even if I get the signal for parabola. In this case, I won't, because this is not how my strategy works. Actually, I have to wait either tomorrow to sell tomorrow, or if it forms something good, then you can look for sell. So that's what I wanted to talk about. So another thing about this moving average, if you have set this moving average, you realize that whenever the market bounce, not every time, whenever the market bounce on this moving average, you just have to buy. Draw your trend line. If you don't have the parabola, if you have the parabola, some people have the parabola setting, wait for parabola to confirm a buy, then buy. Then put your stop loss below here and put your TP above here. So another thing, before you buy, also check on daily. So another thing I want to talk about, if you are buying and you see that the daily candle is big, like in this case, if someone start buying here, it's wrong because this candle is already big. So you start buying when the candle is too small, early when the candle is still forming. That's where if you are selling, unless if, like, let me give an example of let me give example here. You can see this daily candle. So if someone entered this trade when the daily candle was finishing, actually this is wrong because the market will trace back down before the next day candle open. But if you buy when the candle was too small, when it was forming, early in the morning when it was forming, then you have a high chances of getting more profit. Okay, and that's why you can see on boom 1000, we entered when the candle was forming. If someone entered when the candle was forming in the morning, when I send a signal, then by now he has a lot of profit rather than a person who entered in between here, or who is entering right now, because it's too late. Right now it's too late. The only thing is remaining here is the market has to pull back up, and then maybe tomorrow it can continue to sell. So that's what I usually look on daily. Before I enter into my trade, I usually look to see how big that daily candle is. I don't want to enter into a big candle that's already exhausted. No, I need to enter when the candle is too small so that I can win, or I can win in the course of the day. I can get big profit in the course of the day if the candle become bigger and bigger. Okay, that's how I usually trade. So nothing special. Actually, nothing special. So if you have any question, let me know. Let me know.
Can you please check V10?
V10.
Yes, please.
V10. Okay, this is my 1 hour. So, okay, this one. So, on this scenario now, first thing, you can see how the market is ranging. It's like coming into a consolidation. So the first thing you need to understand here, go back to daily. Actually, don't go to weekly. No, you have to go to weekly after you have mastered the daily. Because I can go to weekly to check how weekly candle is behaving. But first, go to daily before you even click a sell or buy. Go to daily and see how that daily candle is behaving. See how daily market. Data imeisha. Data imeisha.